we would break up nearly every month, and we would fight over just, I don't even remember, just we just weren't doing well. And he would break up with me, and then he would say that he would want to be with me, so I would, stay. And then he just, told me that he just didn't want to be with me anymore. So.
Why are you so emotional?
Because this is embarrassing.
Nobody can see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Why are you embarrassed?
Because I don't know what to do.
Hello, Selena. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am well. What do you got for me? What are we talking about? What's your question?
So, I've been listening to you for a while, and I feel very lost because I just don't know what to do or how to get married.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25. Are you in college or what are you doing?
Right now I'm working 2 retail jobs.
Okay. Any children?
No.
What part of the country are you living in?
I live in California.
Were your mother and father married?
Yeah, they were, but they split up, and my father died when I was young, and my mom was on drugs. So I didn't really grow up with any guidance like that.
Any siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger sister.
How old is she?
She's 3 years younger than I am.
So, were you in? Who raised you guys?
So, we were in foster care. So we lived with multiple families.
So, fast forward to now. Why do you want to get married?
Well, ever since I was young, I've always wanted to get married because I've always wanted to have a family of my own. And
I wasn't, I find it interesting what she's saying. She's 25 years old. I wasn't raised in foster care. A lot of us who come from broken homes, and what I consider broken home, many people got different definitions, but a broken home is if you just come from a single parent household, really, and you don't have both parents raising you. And we see this a lot, and I know of this personally now, of someone who came from out of that system, and they're basically, looking for the same thing. I didn't come out of the system. I came from a single parent household, but at a young age, I always wanted the family unit. So I had it in my mind that I'm going to get married early and have a family, and that's what I ended up doing. Even though obviously I felt it was the best thing for me at the time, so I can understand where she's coming from. Bouncing around from family to family, not having a solid family unit, and wanting to be a wife at the end of the day and have children, so on and so forth. So it's definitely understand where she's coming from.
I know that I need somebody.
Right.
And that's that. I want to be a mom.
Okay.
I want to be a wife.
Okay.
And I want stability.
Okay. Have you had any therapy?
Yeah.
Are you still in therapy, or is it over?
Well, I've been in therapy multiple times. I was in it when I was in foster care, and then I was in it when I went to college, and then recently my job offered some EAP program, which had.
I know what it is.
Yeah, so I took advantage of that, and I had 8 sessions. So that was recent. That was
okay.
A couple months ago.
And when was the last time you had a relationship?
We broke up in January, and we were together for 2 years.
Why'd you guys break up?
We would break up nearly every month, and we would fight over I don't even remember. We just weren't doing well, and he would break up with me, and then he would say that he would want to be with me, so I would, stay, and then he just, told me that he just didn't want to be with me anymore. So.
Why are you so emotional?
Because this is embarrassing.
Nobody can see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Why are you embarrassed?
Because I don't know what to do.
It's a lot of women like her that they'll, especially younger women, but you got older women as well who deal with a guy, and guys, I don't want to say guys that know what they're doing, but guys that can exploit that and take advantage of a woman that comes from a broken home. This is how women end up in the adult industry a lot of times. They end up, selling their body and bonding with other women that go through the same thing. And they get that love that they may have been missing from this one figure who may be a PIMP, or someone else. But the thing about him, he's not going to abandon her. So they'll put up with the abuse and all these other things. And guys like this guy who sounds immature, and not to say that she isn't contributing to anything, but we're together, we're not together. 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 Playing these mind games with her, and it's having her come back because she craves that stability. At the end of the day, which a lot of people, we all crave stability a lot of times, but someone especially like this, she's just craving that person, and I'm pretty sure she let him know that within 2 years that she wants to get married, and know that basically she's probably like, you're the only thing I have, and he's like, shit, I'm the only thing you got. Let me go. Let me see how much you want me, baby. Let me see how much, because I'm the only thing you got and nobody else wants you. A lot of dudes do that, which is some whole shit, but it happens.
It's part of being human. You live what part of California?
Right now, I live in Bakersfield, and before that, I lived down in San Diego and LA, and I lived all over the West Coast.
Do you think most people know what to do?
No.
Yeah.
This is true. Kevin, a lot of people probably viewing Kevin as being harsh. But this is how you have to let people understand that a lot of us who come in this world with both feet in the dirt, or we have things happen and we don't have our life planned out for us by our parents, or we don't have funding, or after high school, we don't know what's going to happen. You got to figure that shit out as you go along. As the whole thing about life, there's no instruction manual. You got to figure it out, man. Some people figure it out day by day what's going on. There's no plan. So confusion, and I say that to a lot of people in my videos. There's people in their 30s still don't know what they want to do. People in their 40s don't know what they want to do. Things change, man. You know what I'm saying? You just got to figure it out as you go along. And I understand circumstances where you come from can make things difficult in terms of knowing who you are, socializing, craving certain things. But I mean, you just got to come to terms and form a plan and have intention and things like that. And I think that's kind of like what Kevin is getting at right here. And it's not to basically make her feel bad, but it's to empower her and let her know that she's not the only one going through something like this, or has gone through something like this.
Because we don't. We make this shit up as we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do. We make it up as we go. We make the best choices we can with the situation we have. The last time your relationship was in January. Have you got on any dates since then?
Yeah, I was dating somebody for a little bit, but he had a baby mama, and it didn't work out.
you don't have any children, right?
No.
Well, I would suggest not dating men. I would suggest not dating men with children.
Yeah.
Because if what I'm hearing is correct, growing up with kind of difficult childhood and foster care, it's not uncommon for people in that position to really long for stable relationships and things like that. But, you know, you don't want to get into a situation where you're trying to just make anything work. Physical health. How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Dress size?
I don't know my dress size. I don't know, but I weigh 160.
Do you work out actively?
Yeah, I ride my bike. I cycle.
Okay. What about?
And before you guys say anything, 5'6", 160. I mean, depending on when he asks her if she works out or not, that's not bad, in my opinion. I think anyway. I digress with that. That's not bad. 5'6", 160, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women who carry that more than well. Facts. Shit, that's right up my alley. That's right up my alley right there.
Lifting weights and resistance
I don't
training.
lift weights. I don't lift weights.
Look, I would say that number one, dating is hard. Dating is hard. If you're looking to get married, that's a whole different thing. It's all in why you want to be married.
Yeah.
Are you just lonely?
Well, I am lonely, but I would like to create memories with somebody. I would like to be with someone who
Okay.
can, take care of me. And for a long time, I would be embarrassed to say that because people would be thinking that that's like
Take care of you how?
take care of me in like a way where I'm never gonna be homeless, like, or anything like that.
Yep. So when you were dating this,
And she wants stability, and there's nothing wrong with that. Women seek out men in general for security. It's not always for their good looks or their pipe game. Women, when a man approaches them, or they see a man or a man shooting his shot, they want to know, is this man good for me, and is there security with this man at the end of the day? And especially with her background, definitely don't want to go back into that situation of being homeless or going from house to house.
last person, where'd you meet?
I met him, was previously homeless, and I moved into a place, and he moved into the room next to my place.
Okay.
So he would take my roommate.
You were in a room and board, not a room and board, renting a room.
Yeah.
All right. So, how do you plan on providing for yourself for the next 5 years?
Well, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about joining the military because I don't know what to do.
Good idea.
Not a bad option. It's an option I recommend to men often, especially at 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, college is a dead end unless you're going for science, technology, engineering, or math, or nursing, or something like that.
Yeah.
Excellent advice, Kevin. I would recommend the exact same thing. If you don't have a trade you're pursuing or know the exact direction you want to go in, and it seems like you're confused, I joined the military, and shout out to all my vets out there. I joined the military at 17. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I just know I didn't want to be in that town that I lived in. I wanted to be ghost. And I figured I'd figure it out by seeing different places, meeting different people, so on and so forth. So the military is always one of those things where, regardless of how you feel about politics, so on and so forth, I put up my photos the other day on Veterans Day. And you got guys who feel a certain type of way about, the military, so on and so forth, and, saying all these derogatory things, which you're entitled to your opinion, but if you don't know what you want to do, and I'm going to do a video on this just for the, the younger guys and even the younger ladies who don't know what to expect and why I personally joined and what I learned from being in the Army. So I would definitely recommend that. It help if you're like not on your feet and you're trying to get back on your feet. It gives you that time, depending on how long you're enlisting, gives you that time to get back on your feet. We're not at war right now, if you're afraid of that. So definitely a good time, especially depending on the branch. If you're going to join, the Air Force, pretty much, I won't say that you won't get deployed, but it's the easiest branch. You're almost like a civilian in the Air Force. So I would recommend, if you don't know what you want to do, you're trying to get back on your feet, even if you have kids, so on and so forth. That is a good way to get back on your feet, sort things out, stack your bread, because everything is pretty much provided for you when you join the military.
Military wouldn't be a bad option. A lot of people can say things about it, but there's structure, 3 hots and a cot, benefits, and a long history of providing stability for people who need stability. Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to tell you right now, even though there's a degree of embarrassment or whatever, it sounds like you've been through a lot. And I would say you need to, one, know that you can provide and take care of yourself, have some sort of stability. 2, you need help and resources, and it's just hard to do that when you're just working. Mm-hmm. A job here, a job there, and EA and employee assistance lines are, they are what they are. They don't really help that long term. Their maintenance. So if you did join the military, what branch would you join?
Air Force, and I've talked to my recruiter, so I've started that. I have 100 college credits, so I would enter as an E3.
Why Air Force and not Navy?
I have friends in the Navy. I have friends in the military, in the Marines, and in the Army, and they've known me personally, and they all have suggested for me to go to the Air Force.
Air Force is just the easiest branch. Easiest branch, has the best quality of life, has the biggest budget for quality of life, and it's easy living. The jobs, unless you're working on the flight line directly, the jobs are pretty much easy jobs. So the Navy, I don't know too much about the Navy, but I know you go out on whatever you call it, for months at a time, I think, but I know the Air Force for sure is definitely the easiest branch. And I know the Navy will agree with that. Everybody will agree with that.
Okay. So you're doing your research. Research and recommendation. Join the Air Force. Join the Air Force. Get some stability under you. Uncle Sam has a pretty good counselors, a pretty good therapist. Mm-hmm. Just use the resources that you have. And then start, give yourself some stability that you didn't get growing up. And you're 25. You'd be amazed at how life can change inside 24 months. Mm-hmm. I would think that the kind and caliber of men you would be running into post-military are going to be better than you are running into right now, working 2 retail jobs and living in a room, shelter, Airbnb situation. Yeah. I would say relationship should be kind of put to the side, not necessarily back burner, but to the side, to where you coming into a relationship with, I don't want to say, with a greater sense of self. And, I don't want to see women like yourself in positions where you're desperate or vulnerable to where you end up getting with somebody who may take advantage of your temporary right. situation. So, join the Air Force. Join the Air Force and go. I don't know what they're doing there. They fly a plane. Yeah, go do something. Fly a plane or something.
Thank you.
All right. Talk at you later. All the best. Bye-bye. Yeah, they'll never play that now, will they? All right.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know.
I'ma put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go.